ஜெக் எனக்கு இது கொடுத்துருங்களேன். சிவா, எனக்கு எப்படி மாடரேட்டர் ஆக்சஸ் வரும்? நான் மாட்டிக்கிறேன் மாடரேட்டர்.
Check. And insights on setting your own online academy in your brand. Now, I'm going to quickly take you through what I'm going to talk in the next 30-40 minutes. So the first segment that I'm going to talk about is what is an online training school, first of all. What qualifies to be an online training school? The second one is what do you need?
Check, do you want to share the screen as well?
Yes. All right, here we are. So as I said, the first section is going to be what is an online school. The second segment is going to be what do you actually need to build one of your own, and what are the challenges that are involved while doing so. That's going to be the third segment. And the final segment from my side is going to be what could be the possible solutions for the challenges that one faces while setting up an online training academy. So now, after that, we're going to have, I think, 10-15 minutes of Q&A sessions, if there are any questions. So now, let's look into what is an online training school in detail. So for this, I'm going to switch screens for a moment. I'm going to, instead of me or us creating a fancy definition, I'd rather show you what's happening right now. I mean, what gets qualified as an online school at this point. So I'm going to open up one website, which I'm sure everybody has heard of, which is Coursera.org. Now, okay, I think there's a spelling mistake. Now, this is considered to be one of the pioneer websites, Coursera, in starting and massive online open courses. So this is a website which is known, very well known for online training. But if you see Coursera, now, as you can see my screen, let's go to the catalog or where lot of the courses are listed. So here are all the courses that are listed. Now, let's go to, I'll go to my courses. So let us go to the course. And here we are. The reason I opened this website to start off under the section, what is an online training school, is this is one of the online training schools. This is one of a kind of an online training school. So the USP here is self-paced courses. So Coursera has uploaded millions of videos or millions of hours of content on this website from top universities around the world. And these courses can be accessed by the learners at their own convenience. There is no commitment as to when to log in and stuff like that. This is now, if you see, a typical self-paced courses contains a basic structure in terms of weeks. So it starts off with a certain date, and then week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, so on. And then if you go here, it clearly shows the structure. Onto the left of the screen, you can see how it is. And let us click on start. And here we are. Now, a typical self-paced course provider is going to structure it something like this. On the left side, there are a combination of a lot of modes of content delivery. Some of the sections with play button are videos, and those videos wouldn't be more than, let's say, 10 minutes or 12 minutes. And then there are other text-based content as well. So this qualifies for a very typical self-paced courses kind of a platform. And another very important thing is this is a platform. So this is all about the self-paced courses. So this is Coursera. Next, I'm going to take you to edureka.co. Okay. And another thing that I like to say is I'm in no way endorsing any of these websites. I'm using these just to show you, to give you a glimpse of what kind of online training schools that there are. And as I'm going to show, this is going to help you put yourself in a certain bucket. Whether you are interested in giving self-paced courses. Now I've opened up edureka.co. Now edureka.co is known for its instructor-led online training. Okay. Now here, everything is one-to-one. Sorry, it's all live on the go. It's real time. It's not self-paced. So if you see here, they've got all of their workshops, the top trending courses listed. They've got blockchain, they've got big data, DevOps, so on and so forth. So let me click on blockchain here. Now, another important thing as far as a live lecturing or an instructor-led live training is its landing page. Now, if you see, this is one of the most important things where you can put a video, what is going to be there in that syllabus. And then the most important thing is the schedule. It's all pre-scheduled. Which batch you want to join, the students for that matter. And even as a trainer or a teacher, when your time is blocked and you can plan accordingly. So Edureka is something that is dedicatedly into instructor-led live training. Now, there is another mode of an online training school where you get personalized mentoring, that is one-on-one mentoring. So there is a website, edisonx.academy. I'm going to go to this website. Now, I'm going to go to one-on-one mentoring. Now, this is another way of setting up your online training school. You can put in a lot of subject matter experts, and then you can bring in a lot of people, and everybody are experts in a certain topic. So let's randomly pick one session or say, and I'm going to click on a random profile. So if you see, this is how a typical profile page looks like. So as a participant, as a student who wants to engage with any subject matter, here it is. Here's the page. It helps you to decide if this is the right subject matter that you want to get in touch with for your courses. So there is about me, expertise. So you know what this expert is all about. And then you can request a session. And you've got their time availability in terms of, in every month. So there are dates that they're available at. And if you see this particular tutor or the expert is available only at 9:40 p.m. So you can probably click on that, and it is already clicked, in fact. So, and then you could enter the topic that you're looking for. Let us say you're looking for something called as map UI, and then, you describe about what exactly do you want. And then you prefer a language that you are comfortable with, and then click on submit. Okay, so choose English and then click on submit. This takes you to the, okay, it asks you if you want to proceed, and this takes you to the payment gateway. So now, once you pay, what happens is the mentor receives your requirements, and then you get a link. The mentor gets a link. You join on a video conferencing solution. Now, for this particular mode of online training, you need a video conferencing solution. Once you finish the formalities or you book the session, then you both of you meet in a video conferencing solution where you start your classes. And the best part about this is you don't have to sit through all those classes that you don't want to take. You can pre-plan your sessions every 30 minutes what you're going to do. So in that level, you can plan with your lecturer, or if you're a lecturer, you can do that. And that's how you go on from here. So this brings us to the three major formats of an online training school, whatever I've told you now. Just give me a second. Laptop charger charge. Okay, apologies for that little interruption. My battery was running out, and there's some problem with the connection here. Apologies about that. So now we saw the three kinds of online delivery that is happening right now, and those everything fit into category as an online training school. Now, another important thing here is a major misconception is that now each of those things that we saw, be it Coursera, be it Edureka, be it Edison X, none of them are just websites.
Can you share the screen if that is possible? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so right, we just saw these three. What is an online training school? Self-paced courses was Coursera, instructor-led workshops, Edureka, and personalized mentoring. We went on to Edison X. Now, one of the major misconceptions is that a website is not a platform. It cannot be a platform, whereas a platform can also double up as a website. Now, whatever we saw now, Coursera, Edureka, Edison X, all of them are full-fledged platforms. There are a lot of interactions happening there. You can create courses, you can have discussion forums, you can discuss with your peers, and you can watch videos, you can track your progress, so on and so forth. These cannot be done on a website. So a website is just a set of static pages which gives you some information. A platform is a full-fledged system where, you know, there are a lot of interaction that can happen. So now then, what do you need? What do you need to build your own online training school? If you want to have one of those, let's say like a Coursera or like Edureka or an Edison X Academy, something like that, in those lines, what do you want? The first thing that you may want is, let's say, let me take an example. Let's say I'm an individual corporate trainer, okay? And I'm going to run a program on email etiquettes to start off. So I think I'll push the slide. Here we are. What do you need to build your online school? The first thing that you may need, when I say that, you know, let's say I'm a corporate trainer who's going to run a program on email etiquette, the first thing that I need is content, right? So I need to figure out my content, list my syllabus, structure it, give it an outline, and freeze the content. Remember, the first step is always going to be content and scripting, and only after that we move on to the next step. Any correction, if there has to be, it has to happen in the first stage itself. The next thing is when we move on to the content digitization, or to put it in simple terms, video production. Now, whatever content you have, you need to obviously make it into a video. So if you want to make a video, there are two important components for a video. One is audio, another is the visuals. So audio is one of the most important thing. Even if the visuals are a little bit out of the thing, it's fine. But audio is very, very important. Visuals are also important, but audio has more weightage compared to the visuals. So for an audio, you first need a microphone to capture your voice. So you can use, there are a lot of microphones that are available in the market. You can use one of them. One thing that I'd suggest is by a company called Blue. So that they are one of the best microphone makers out there. So there is something called as Snow White and Snowball, I'm sorry. And there is something called as the Blue Yeti. Or you could also use a normal headset that you get with your phones, provided that it's got a mic. So this is going to help you with capturing your audio. Now, what's going to be in the visuals part of things? So in the visuals, it's going to be either two things. One is you want to put yourself in the camera, put yourself in the screen. So you need a web camera or a digital camera to capture you while you're talking, just like how I'm doing right now. Or you can use a screen sharing. You can have slides and you need something to capture your screen. And screens can be captured by using a lot of tools out there today. Some of them are the free versions are, VLC helps you record your screen, VLC player, or Screenomatic is something else, or Camtasia is another thing. So you can use any of these and record your screen. And you put together and there you have your content. Great. You've got your content and everything. The next thing is, where are you going to put it? This is an online medium that we are talking about, right? You got to make it available. You got to make it accessible to a lot of people out there looking for your content. So either you go to a marketplace like Udemy and host it there for people can purchase. Now, Udemy also has a basic LMS attached to it. So people can either watch your lessons on Udemy itself. Udemy is a platform in itself, or they could also download it to watch at their own convenience if they're not online sometimes. So that is one way that you can do. Another way that you can do is, let us say you do not want to go to Udemy, which is a marketplace. You can also turn to a lot of open source platforms out there. Moodle is one of the open source platforms that comes to my mind. So Moodle has been there for a long time. And Moodle is a software, it is a learning management system, which you can use to host your courses. Free of cost in your own brand, basically. So that is your space in the internet. Nobody is going to be with you there. It's your dedicated space. Okay. Now, this solves about, let us say, now when I told I'm a corporate trainer, and let us say, I want to start my online training. The first thing that I spoke till now is self-paced courses, like the ones that you saw on Coursera. So now, Moodle helps you do that. Moodle, and before that we saw Udemy, and before that we saw all the ways you can do content. Now, let us say, now before we move on to another way of making a course or an online program as a corporate trainer, let me talk about the cons that are involved in this creating self-paced courses. Now, Udemy is a marketplace, right? There are three things that you got to keep in mind when you go to Udemy. It is not your brand, and there are going to be hundreds of other similar courses just like you've created. So there's going to be massive competition. And another thing is, a major chunk of your revenue is going to go as commission to Udemy. So these are the three things that you got to keep in mind as far as Udemy is concerned. Now, when you come to Moodle, Moodle is an open source platform, all right. But then as an individual, you can only do so much. You got to have a good grasp of the technology or the software things out there to, install Moodle, and you might want to customize that to suit your needs. So as long as you can do all those things, which is going to it's going to involve a bit of a learning curve as you, take Moodle and implement it for your online school. So this is as it is till the self-paced courses. Right now, we are going to go into the instructor-led live training. The same corporate trainer that I am, who's running an email etiquette program, I'm done with my self-paced courses now, all right? Now, let me go to the instructor-led live training. This is real time, okay? Like how I'm talking with you, like how we are live right now, right? So you want to run a program based on email etiquettes live. So the first thing that you need here is, what do you need to run a live instructor-led live training? You need a website. You need a class, first thing you need is you need a video conferencing solution to connect with your students or with your participants. That's the most important thing here. As soon as we talk about video conferencing solutions, the first thing that comes to my mind is obviously Skype. There are Hangouts. There's so many other things. Fine, you figured out a video conferencing solution, all right. You need to get students, right? You need to have participants come and join your classes that you're running. So you need to be able to promote it. You need to be, you need to be able to spread the word among your network or in the social media and all those things. So for that, probably you can solve it by building a very basic website for yourself, a static website where you put in all the information. Let us say you also figure out the payment gateway. So let us say you market it well, you create a landing page. As I told you in Edureka, landing page is one of the most important things. That's what helps the consumer or about to be buyer decide whether he wants to buy the course or not. The content you put there, the video that you have there as a preview, the syllabus that you put there, everything that you have on the landing page is very, very important. It can help people decide to buy or not buy or book your seat. Fine, that's fine. So you've got a few students using your website. Now, next what? The moment they have made the payment, you're going to get a notification that there are a few people that have registered for your course. The next thing that you have to do is sit down manually and send them the links, organize, schedule it, make them all assemble at one particular time, which is going to involve a lot of manual effort. Now, this is what is live instructor-led live training is all about. Now, I think at this point, probably you have an idea in which bucket you belong, whether you are a person who are looking to build an academy which is going to give out just the self-paced courses, or you're already thinking about, well, I'm going to try the instructor-led online training, or probably some of you are thinking, hey, how about, I have both. Now, you did see the websites. There was Coursera, there was Edureka, there is Edison X and one-on-one mentoring. For now, I'm going to focus on self-paced courses and the instructor-led live training. Now, what are the other solutions? Now, what are the available solutions? There are quite a few players in the market who offer just the self-paced courses infrastructure, where you can go get your own site. It's all templatized. Enter the information, you have your academy, self-paced. Now, what about integrated live lecturing solutions? Now, there are few players out in the market who are also into enabling you to go on with your academy with the live lecturing capabilities as well. But what about for those who are thinking about having a mix of both? Now, there are a few players who give you a built standard model. There are a few choices. You can choose what you want. And there are other players who have a basic LMS in place and they customize it for you. Some people may not want self-paced courses. They would just want the instructor live-led live training. So there are these two things in the spectrum. Now, what about like a hybrid solution? Now, let me change my slide. Okay, probably I should have changed the slide. Now, I think we're talking about what are the possible solutions. So I spoke about the standard solutions out there that are already in the market. You do not have much choice, but yeah, you got to do with what is already there. And there is customized solutions, which is going to cost a lot to start off, and then there is something called as hybrid solutions. Now, what we've done at Teach Edison is we've looked into this particular problem exactly, and we've come up with a solution to this. What about people who want all of the things that I've told up till now? They want a bit of Coursera, they want a bit of Edureka, and how to combine this and make a complete package out of this. Now, that's exactly what we do at Teach Edison, right? So what I'm going to do now is probably show you how we have solved this entire thing. I'm going to show you a glimpse of this whole thing that we've done, putting together self-paced courses, putting together instructor-led live classes, putting together marketing capabilities, marketing ready, and putting together a lot of other things that I've been talking about up till now. So allow me to share my screen. So I'm going to take you to test.teachedison.com. Now, this is a platform we've just built to showcase what we've done, how we've solved this entire online training school. The most important thing is, all right, here we are. So a mix of all the things that I spoke about now, mix of self-paced courses. You want to be able to cater to all students, or let us say, even if you're doing a live instructor-led live training, you want to be able to let your participants, your students, also spend some time looking at some content that you've given them, and some activities that you may have given them, and everything. It's good if you have them all integrated together, if you have them all in one place. All they have to do is just sign in, and they have their own dashboard. So here we are at test.teachedison.com. I'm going to sign in. The first few things that I'm going to show you is, all right, here we are. So I'll start off with how. So the first stage, somebody has a look at your website, are not your buyers. They could be prospective leads. They could be thinking about signing up or enrolling into some of your programs. So, they're going to go to your live classes section, and they're going to see. So here's how it's listed. So Analytics 360 plus, Operations Analytics, AWS, so on and so forth. So let us see how these look. Analytics 360 plus. So now this is a full-fledged landing page. It talks about this particular program. This talks about this program. It's got a preview video. It's got an overview. It's got all the details that you may want. It's got the syllabus, what it's going to cover in this, and everything. So this is going to help anybody decide if this is what they're looking for. And now, so this is the instructor-led live training part of the Teach Edison's platform. Now let us get into courses. So now this is the perspective. This is the view the people who may buy are having right now. Okay, they're just seeing, they've come to your online training school. They're seeing, okay, they can now clearly understand that you've got a section separately for live classes, and now they also see that you've also got courses. So these are self-paced courses. So you've got Python. Now let us get into one landing page. How it is. Now, if you see, it clearly mentions that it is a free course. Free courses are very, very important to draw as many people as possible. You give something and you get people. So free courses are really, really useful that way. So now here we are. It's got all the details about the course syllabus, FAQs, so on and so forth. And there is also, since it's free, it's just view course. Otherwise, it'll be enroll into the course, which will take you to the landing page or the payment gateway. And now what I'll do is I will take you to programs. Okay. Now live classes is something that we saw. Courses is something that we saw. Programs are nothing but a group of courses put together. It's like a more longer program, probably, which is going to help you end up in a proper job. If you are starting off somewhere, probably programs is something that people would look at. So you also have that option. So this is a data science program, and here are all the details about it. And it also has what are the courses that is present inside the data science. So it's got R programming and introduction to programming with Python and so on. So now I've shown you the view, how it's going to be visible when you have your online training school for people who are not yet your students, but who could be your possible students. So now let us say somebody have bought your courses or somebody have enrolled into your live classes. Now, how is that learner's perspective? How is the student's perspective? Now, every student has got his or own dashboard. So this is how, so I've logged in with the Shivakumar credential. So here you can see the dashboard. You've got live classes, quiz, and everything that you saw on the homepage. But the left side is what you got to focus. You've got courses, and you've got programs, and you've got live classes as well. Now, let's start off with the live classes. So now here it is. Here is the detailed scheduling of the live classes that your buyer is looking at. So he's enrolled into all of these that is appearing in his dashboard. Otherwise, it wouldn't appear on the dashboard. So session 1, so 2 hours, date, time, so on and so forth. Now, let's move on to a course. So this is a self-paced course. Let us say Introduction to Programming with Python, and this is the view. So this covers for a student live classes as well as self-paced courses. And for those who have enrolled into a program, they also have a program to start off with. So I think data science is going to appear in the program. Yes, I think the student has not enrolled into any program. So this is how it is for the student that is yet to enroll into a program. So now that I've shown you from the perspective of a could-be student, and now let us see what you can do. What happens behind the scenes? I mean, how is all these things created? How long does it take to create all these things? Well, so let's click on the admin. I, of course, logged in with the admin rights. So the students or the participants or anybody else wouldn't have that icon visible. So this is where everything happens. This is where your whole business runs. You've got a dashboard for yourself. You see how many recorded courses are there, how many total live classes, total recorded programs, so on and so forth. And this is customizable. As a person who's running an academy or who's a trainer, this is customizable. You can customize this front view as to what you want to get a snapshot of when you first log in. So as you can see, there is dashboard. This is where you create programs, and this is where you create recorded courses, live classes, category inquiries. All the inquiries that happen on the homepage of the website is going to come into this inquiries and sit here, so that you know the interested people. Nobody is registered here. This is a demo platform. So users, mentors, so on and so forth. Now, so the landing page that you saw here, right? I mean, let's say a courses or a live classes, everything. Now, let us say this Python landing page. This is a landing page. Again, I'm stressing that a landing page is very, very important, as this is the one that's going to help the buyer make a decision whether to buy or not. So as you can see, everything was created right here. So what we are seeing now comes under recorded courses. All you have to do is create a course, and you've got a certain template that you've designed, and then you just have to fill in all these information, and your landing page is ready in just under a little of 2 minutes. 2 to 5 minutes is all it takes to create a landing page with this system. Now, what I'm going to show you is how to create a course. This is another very important feature of any self-paced courses platform. You need to be able to create courses. We saw on Coursera about how everything was structured. There was 4 to 5 text content in the starting, and then there was a video that followed it, which was about 12 minutes, and then it goes to, again, probably PDF, Word, whatever it could be. Now, here's where you create your courses. So go to a new course. There is also a library. A library is an independent repository space where you can have all your questions dumped, and you can pull in those questions for each and every course that you may want. There could be some common questions in all of the courses that you'd want to put. So all those common things, you take it from a library, but I'm not going to go too much into the library part as of now. But this is how you create a course. I'm not going to type in or put in any of it. I'm straight away going to take you through some of the courses that we might have already created and show you what exactly happens in the place where we create courses. Now, let's say I'll go to English time, for example, and okay, I'm sorry. So I'm going to go to the course contents. Yeah. This is how an admin has to go to create, because or to access something that's already been created. So here is a sheet, here's a section which is advanced Excel. So I'm going to take you to that place where you get to create all the content that you want. You click on the new unit here. As you can see, it's all structured here week-wise, and then there's a section, subsection. This is where everything happens: discussion, HTML, problem, video. This is where you upload PDFs, you upload audio files, you upload different kind of problems. You put videos, whatever you want. You can structure it the way you want. There is Google Calendar in it. So if somebody subscribes on Google Calendar, everything that's happening, everything that you've been uploading is automatically notified to all the people who subscribe to the calendar. So this is how you create a course. Right. So this is Teach Edison's platform, which solves all of the problems that we've spoken about. We spoke about self-paced courses. We've spoken about instructor-led live training. So everything put together with the admin functionalities. This is our solution to some of the problems that we're facing now. We're looking to integrate.
Jag, you have a question. There is Raj asking you, is there a way to collect payments online?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I missed that out. Yes. Is there a way to collect payments online? Yes. Just like how there are a lot of video conferencing solutions. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to stop the screen share and go back to sharing the PPTs. So this is what I showed you now. So you asked me about collecting money, right? So payment options, just like how there is Skype, there is Hangouts for video conferencing, there are a lot of other payment gateway providers out there like InstaMojo, PayPal, there is Razorpay, there is CC Avenue. Yes, payment collection can be made if you want to build your own training school. And Teach Edison as a solution, yes, definitely we've solved for that as well. I hope that answers your question, Raj. So I think we've already moved on to the question and answer session now. I've already got a question. Neeraj, do I have more questions?
Yeah, a couple of them. One is, do you want to talk about the difference in terms of the two extremes that you were talking about, the standard solutions, the customized solutions, and what do you mean by striking balance?
Sorry, Neeraj, could you?
So you on your slide you were talking about two type of solutions.
Yes,
One
yes,
is the standard
yes.
solution, other is the customized solution.
Customized, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and you talked about a hybrid approach. You talked about a hybrid approach. Could you tell us, what do you mean by the hybrid approach, and what are the benefits for the end user? Probably that comes out. That should be.
Sure. So hybrid solutions, that's where, so there are a set of providers in the market who give you standard solutions and the customized one. Then we've got the hybrid. That's where Teach Edison comes into play. Teach Edison belongs to the hybrid solution of the entire spectrum. So how is hybrid different from standard and customized? Standard is in one end of the spectrum. Customized is in the other end of the spectrum. Now, hybrid solution is a part of standard solution. Let's say you've got a standard solution, okay? You're going to a standard solution provider. You're happy with everything, but let's say you need some minor tweaks, some minor customizations to suit your style. Now, they're not going to do that. So that's where the hybrid solution provider comes into play. You're going to have your customizations done for you the way you want. And the thing is, most of the times, different academies or different trainers really have pressing problems with whatever solution is already out there. I mean, everybody have their own style. Everybody have got their own problems. And nobody right now answers to all the problems that are out there. I mean, there are solutions to a certain extent, but, the providers come midway, and then, the academies or the individual trainers have to come midway and then meet somewhere in the middle. And that's how it happens. There is a bit of a compromise from the academies or the individual trainers, but take hybrid solution, there's not much of a compromise there. You get all your customizations done and you have it the way you want. So this is one of the major advantages of a hybrid solution. I hope I've answered.
Yeah, thank you. So you have another question. So there is Joe asking, what about recordings of the live classes?
Oh, yes. So, well, in the hybrid solution, or at least I can answer for Teach Edison, you can, now while you're also building your own online training school with assembling all the features that are out there, I'm not sure if recording is possible, even if it is. Teach Edison's solution definitely provides you automatic recording. So once you've completed, now let's say, I took an example of how, let's say I'm a corporate trainer and I'm running an email etiquette program. So after I've finished a live instructor-led live training session, the entire session gets recorded. In fact, this right now is getting recorded, and it's going to be available for viewing later for those who weren't able to join, but those who showed interest. But yes, coming back to your question about recording is totally possible, and not only that, it automatically gets stored in such a way that it is accessible to the relevant participants, or as I told you, the individual trainer or the academies in charge can give access for a certain period of time or an infinite time, and can give access to a certain set of participants that have requested for it, or automatically give access to all the participants that were part of that particular session. And yes, finally, the answer is yes, recording is possible. And another best part is, now if you also have a self-paced course part in your solution, you can also package this entire. Now let's say at the end of my email etiquette solution, okay, I mean program, I've completely done an entire program, I mean, which is say about 3 hours or like 5 hours. What I can do at the end of it is I've got the recording with myself. Now I may not have the time to dedicatedly prepare self-paced courses. That's when I use these recordings and I put it up for sale on my website under the self-paced category. So this is another cool feature that you can leverage if you've got recording.
Right. So we got another question that is on the pricing plan. You want to talk about the monthly or annual, or is it commission based? That's the question from someone who is using a Samsung Galaxy S7.
Cool. So what I'll do is I'll probably share a collateral that I have as far as the pricing is concerned. Just give me a minute, please. So I'm going to share screen. Okay, basically the pricing is also available on our website, but I've got the thing that I needed, I guess. So yeah, here we are. Okay, here's the pricing.
Yeah.
So there are 3 packages that we've designed, keeping in mind individual trainers. That's the base plan, which is at INR 6,999 plus GST. And we've put together another one for small academies. And please keep in mind that all these are the base packages, and customizations are allowed, I think, for the 2.5 lakhs, the large academies, and the small academies as well, not for the individual plans. So we've got a 6,999 per month plus GST and 16,945 rupees per month, and 2.5 lakhs per annum. So don't worry about this sheet. We are also going to send you an email at the end of this webinar, which is going to have all the information that I shared with you in a written format, plus the pricing details as well, which is got the clear differences between each of the plans. So on a nutshell, I'll just quickly tell you how we've packaged each of the plans. So 6,999 is for individual trainers who've got their niche set of audience, not more than 150 active users per month. And small academies have a little under 350 active users per month. And there are also other features that come along with the 16,945. And 2.5 lakhs is for academies which have got a chain of academies, keeping in mind a franchisee base is what we put together. I hope I answer your question there.
Right. So there was another question that talks about, will I get my own website? What control do you have on my website? That's from Kunal.
Okay. So yes. As I told you, ours is a platform, and a platform can be a website, but a website cannot be a platform. And yes, the website is included as part of all the packages. And if I can, stress a little bit more on this, probably I'll show you even the differences in that. So if you look at the base plan, we offer up to 5 static web pages, as whatever you want in those 5 static web pages. In the 16,945 plan, we offer up to 10 static web pages. And in the 2.5 lakhs plan, it is unlimited. You can have a website of the size that you want and how many ever sections that you'd want in the website. Yes, I think
I think you have
I missed
another
one
question.
part of your question, Neeraj. I'm sorry. Could you please repeat it?
So what control do you have on the
Oh,
website?
yes. What control? So another thing about this solution that we put together is that we give you a dedicated cloud instance. All the data that is stored in a particular cloud is dedicatedly yours. Your data is not shared with anybody else, and we do not have access to your data as well. It is completely in your control. It'll be built in your name, and of course all those things is part of the package, but I hope I'm trying to clear that part of that data privacy. I think that's the issue that we're trying to address here. And yes, it is completely in your control. We do not have any control to your data, except when it comes to you need any help from us. That's when we come in and sort it out for you.
There is a follow-up question as well. So it is with regard to setting up hardware for, I'm assuming he's referring to digitization, probably digitization infrastructure.
Right. So we also help you in consulting with the hardware that would suit your academy the best. So what I can probably tell you is the answer to that question is yes. We help with the hardware part of things. Let's say if you want to digitize your classroom, you want to broadcast your classroom to all over the world, and you want to allow a lot of people to join in. Yes, we do help. But what we do is from all that we've done over the last 2.5, 3 years. We now know what is most suitable for different kinds of classrooms out there. So we point you to the right things that you need to buy, and you can go ahead and buy it. But yes, we will handhold you till you to help you get the right thing that fits your kind of a classroom and your kind of requirement.
You might also want to talk about how long does it get to get the training institute or online school up and running from time perspective.
Sure. So once you've signed up, it takes, depending, the base thing will be ready in about 2 to 3 days. In fact, I'm 3 days to be on the safe side, but depending on the kind of customizations that you're looking for, depending on the website design that you're looking for, it may take up to not more than a week to set up this entire thing and be up and running, and for you to start selling and hosting live classes.
Okay, so probably so there is another question. So it's from that person who's using Samsung again. So he's asking, will you help in getting participants?
Well, that's a good question. Okay, I would interpret that question as, do we also help you in marketing? No, we don't. But our solution is marketing enabled. As you saw, one of the most important things as far as marketing is concerned is the landing page. So as long as you have a landing page, it's about dropping. It's like a pamphlet. You've got a pamphlet. You got to figure out to drop it in the right places, and you got to figure out where your target audiences are. But again, the answer to that question is no, we do not. But we do have partners to whom we can connect you with. Okay, I'll also quickly add a couple of points to that. There is also a part where I showed you about the inquiries. So what I try to say is we do not help you with the marketing, but the marketing aids, everything that you need to solve your marketing thing, to get started, everything is inbuilt in the system. Your inquiries come into one place. You can send out bulk emails. You can send out bulk SMSs. Everything is enabled. And of course, there is... I don't think it is part of the 699 package, the SMS. But yeah, but overall, all those things are possible. You can, so as soon as you have a list of inquiries, you can also upload a lead list that you have as a CSV file, and then you can run a promotion right out of this system, right out of the Teach Edison system as well. I hope I've answered that question.
Right. So Jag, you might also want to talk about the kind of technology knowledge or per se the IT knowledge that one might need in terms of setting up their online school. Should I be a tech savvy guy if I have to manage my own school?
Okay, you do not have to be a tech savvy guy. I mean, you have to, as long as you know how to operate a basic computer, as long as you know how to work around yourself, know how to browse and how to follow instructions. I think it's more about, as long as as long as you can follow instructions, I think this is quite easy. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, no, you don't have to be really a tech savvy. Anybody, see, academies, also non-tech academies are also there, so they find this really, really easy, I think. So that answers your question. So no, you don't have to be really tech savvy at all. You just need to have some basic computer knowledge, and you can go up and running.
So we got another question. So for the individual package, is that video recording available? I think he is referring to the 6299 plan.
Okay, video recording is available. Video recording is available, but it's not going to be automatically be made accessible to the students. You got to do a bit of a manual work in the 699 plan. So about the manual work, I think probably I can take it offline or address that particular question on an email in detail, because it involves elaborate procedure, I think. But yeah, we can help you do that. It's possible, but it's not going to happen automatically. It is possible from the 16945 plan onwards.
Okay. So in terms of customizations, when you say customizations, what kind of customizations are you referring to? Is it on the content side? Is it on the tech side?
Okay.
You want to
Okay.
throw some light?
Okay. Okay. So what I will do is probably, this is the most trickiest part. Customizations as a provider, when you think, your solution is the best out there, and then you go and make your first sale, that's when you know that there is so much that you can do. And it is a never ending thing as far as the customizations are concerned. So I cannot really predict or imagine what's the kind of customization that I'm going to get, but I'm going to talk from my previous customization that we've done. So let's say, for example, there was this chartered accountancy institutes that we work with. They wanted to group their sessions and make a, so let's say, they have different programs for it. And then they wanted to mix and match different sessions and make a package out of it and sell it as one course. So that was not possible in the beginning. So now that is possible. That's the kind of customization that we're talking about. And customizations also include cosmetic changes on your website and the design part. Now, let us say, for example, I think if I show you a bit, it's going to be a little helpful. So what I'll do is I will go to my browser. I'll quickly go to So since you asked for a customization, this is a customized website. Okay. Now, courses, notifications is something that we customized for Accounting Mind. So this website is the Chartered Accountancy Institute that I'm talking about, based out of Bangalore. So we customized notifications for them and the entire design, the look and feel of their website. And we help them mix and match the sessions that they've recorded to sell. So that's the kind of customization I'm talking about. Now, in customizations, there are two things. One are some minor tweaks here and there, and some are entire functionality customizations. So both of them have their differences and the time and resources that is required to build one. So I hope I've answered this to a certain extent.
Yeah. So thank you, Jag. I think this was wonderful. For the interest of time, I think we would have to cut it short. Maybe you might want to go to the last slide of your presentation. Maybe people can note down the email ID for reaching out to us. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And probably we can also talk in detail if you have any of the requirements and where you need our help. Overall, from the session objective as well, there are certain free tools that are already available. You can probably go ahead and explore them as well. If you run into any situation where you need our help, we're always happy to help. If you have any questions, you can probably write to us at enquiries@teachedison.com. It's enquiries@teachedison.com. For those of you who have missed this session, don't worry. We're also going to send up a follow-up email that gives you access to this recording, which you can refer later. As a follow-up to this, what we will also do, if you need any demo access to the platform for about 3 to 5 days, feel free to drop an email to us. We will be happy to give you a demo access where you can experience the platform for yourself. I hope you found this useful. Thanks a lot for your time, and see you soon in the future. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Neeraj.
Yeah. Bye bye.